All right, guys, what's going on? Talking Hands, we're back live. We're previewing UFC, ESPN Plus, Marlon Moraes, Corey Sandhagen. I'm your host, Preston of Talkin Hands, as always, joined by my co-host, Slaughterhouse1 on Twitter, Jeff Slaughter. Jeff, how is the week going?
Wasabi. We are doing fucking fantastic, man. Awesome week. Tell the tease. That's what I've been doing. It's been working. We've been hitting. If the Lakers win tonight, we're going to be sitting real pretty going into tomorrow night. So that's what we're hoping for. Week's been great. No stress, which is weird. But speaking of stress, when I do have stress, I like to take some natural heights. Go visit my boys over there off 1880 Nacogdoches Road here in San Antonio, Texas. Give them a call, 210-592-1060. If you suffer from stress, anxiety, joint pain, PTSD, or insomnia, those are the guys to go see. Go see them over off 1880 Nacogdoches Road.
Yeah, and if you're sick of betting with your bookie, why don't you bet with my bookie? That's right. That's mybookie.ag. Enter that promo code PUBSports. You'll get a 50% deposit bonus match on credit or debit, minimum of $99, and 100% deposit bonus match on Bitcoin via Cash App, minimum $100. Like I said, mybookie.ag, promo code PUBSports. And we already have some people in the chat. Big Show picks. Love you, man. You're in here. Yeah, hit the like button. That's awesome. Subscribe, guys. And yeah, Big Show, if you're here, you're going to make money with us for sure.
Oh, and by the way, if y'all haven't noticed, I've been bulking up a little bit. That's because I've ordered some new products from our new sponsor, www.bulksupplements.com. If you need anything from protein shakes, amino acids, your standard vitamins, go give those guys a visit, www.bulksupplements.com. Plug in promo code PUBSports, and that will get you 5 to 10% off depending on what products.
Yeah, so bulksupplements.com. So yeah, we can just get going right here. Pretty decent card for once. A lot better to me than last week's card. A little more difficult to get a lot of picks here, but like always, we find something and we'll get some money in your pocket. So we open up flyweight. Tygura Olebenkov taking on Bruno Silva.
Olebenkov is minus 480. Bruno Silva plus 355. Over and under 2.5. Over minus 180. Under plus 150. We're getting a debut here, right?
From Tygura.
Yeah, Tygura, man, and he's like so he comes from the Eagle MMA connections with Khabib, his boys. The guy is a takedown machine. He's kind of like a mini Khabib. That's how he fights.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a very good jab, strong jab, a nice straight hard jab, and it's an active jab, and he has good reach. He usually uses his combinations to move forward, get his guy against the fence, double leg takedowns, drag their ass to the ground. The problem is Bruno Silva, man, he's a hell of a fucking wrestler and grappler as well, black belt. And this is going to be a battle, man. This is tough because back in, I thought I was going to back up the newcomer here, but just with the inexperience and, I mean, yeah, he's got the one loss to the Zaglas guy on his record, but after watching that fight, he won that fight, so that was horseshit. That shouldn't have been a loss. Man, I'm going to go with the newcomer here. I think he gets the job done. Bruno Silva, like I said, he doesn't really have that great of hands, in my opinions, although he does have good speed, pretty athletic, powerful kicks. That's probably the best part of his game is kicks. And then, of course, his grappling. He's a very good grappler, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. And, yeah, he's one of the best wrestling coaches in the game. So it's going to be a battle, man. I just think that Tygura is going to just kind of move forward and grind this sucker out, man. I'm going Tygura. Unanimous decision. Obviously, I wouldn't bet that. So honestly, a bet for me would probably be dog or pass, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So like Jeff said, so Tygura does train with Khabib's camp, his gym. And from what I saw, what I like with them is with that jab, he looks pretty long, kind of tall and rangy for the division, which helps a lot at 125. Because you'll get a lot of guys who are just shorter, they can't get inside. And if they can't get inside, you're stick them behind a jab. You're just controlling that distance. Then you're just dominating the fight. And with Khabib, he has the wrestling in his back pocket. Line is heavy. So right now we are looking at, on my bookie, minus 480. Now, over 2.5 is minus 180. Now, Tygure by decision, kind of what Jeff said. If you're getting, maybe even money, maybe a little plus money, I don't hate that look at all because Bruno Silva is tough. He has a decent enough ground game to survive if he gets taken down. Tygure is not just going to put him down, just beat the hell out of him. It's going to be a little bit of a fight on the ground. I think standing is where Tygure wants this. And I think that's what he does. I think it puts him on his back foot, hits him with that jab, straight right, straight cross. And he's been 4 or 5 rounds, so conditioning is not an issue. And yeah, I think Tygure wins this by decision.
Yeah, and Tygure by decision is plus 110. I do like that look. The one problem I have is if this does get to a standing battle, the guy's very hittable. His defense is kind of skeptical, so we'll see how that turns out. But I prefer him personally to kind of grind against the fence, just be smart, stay out of the submissions. He should have the advantage there, but we'll see, man, because like I said, Silva's a beast on the grappling side, so it would not surprise me to see him sustain and even pull out a decision himself if he getting some sub attempts and some top control. But if you like Tygure a lot in this fight, yeah, decision's the only way to go in my opinion, because I mean, honestly, are you going to pay the 480 or whatever?
Yeah, it's
straight
pretty,
up.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's in a parlay piece with a few people have him in parlays, which it's not bad, but 480 is still pretty heavy. So, but yeah, I mean, so chat's kind of blown up here. We got dried spicy shredded squid. What up?
What's up?
We got Dick. Dick's in the building. What's up, Dick? Big Show says, Jeff, you're going to enter in an arm wrestling tournament soon. Razor Sharp, what's going on, Razor? And then, yeah, Big Show, the green screen. I think it's just the lighting. So there's a little bit of a shadow, but
oh shit, yeah,
yeah, it's just the green screen. Yeah, it's just some lighting issues, but yeah, it's no big issue. So we'll see if we can minimize that shadow a bit here. So yeah, we move on here. Fight 2. What we got for fight 2? Let me look.
Yeah, what do you have?
We have Tracy Cortez taking on Stephanie Egger.
Okay, Tracy Cortez comes in at minus 195. Stephanie Egger plus 160. Over and under 2.5. Over minus 245. Under plus 205. What you got?
Yeah, so Tracy Cortez, we've seen her. I'll be honest, I don't think she really should have gotten a contract. So she beat Maria Agapova in the Dana White thing, the Contender Series. So she wins a decision there. We've seen Agapova since lose as a minus 1,400 favorite a month ago. And then she grinds out Vanessa Mello. She's a pretty good grappler. Her striking kind of leaves something to be desired. It's not all there yet. She has a decent jab, a decent right. But she really likes to wrestle, get her opponent down, and just beat him up on the ground and hopefully secure a sub. Her opponent here, Stephanie Egger, kind of a similar situation there. Pretty good jab, but her bread and butter is the ground. She has a fight on UFC where she does a lot of like judo type like throws. She'll get the head, try to like slam them, then get on the ground and work. So it's really whoever implements their game plan more. This is Egger's first UFC fight. She's a little older. Cortez is kind of more the hot prospect coming up, where I think Cortez, I just think she's going to have the energy to push her pace more so than Egger can push the pace on her. So I think Cortez puts her on a jab, and really it's going to be kind of a boring fight, kind of sloppy, but I think Cortez gets her down enough, avoids the submissions from the bottom, and wins a 3-round decision. So I'm going to go with Tracy Cortez by decision.
Yeah, so you mentioned Tracy Cortez, her striking is a little bit less than desirable. Well, if she keeps this fight standing, she's going to win a clear 30-27 because her striking is way better than Egger. She has a huge advantage in she's way more technical, and I love her striking. I want her to keep it standing, but like you said, she is very good in the clinch, very good at the grappling. And that's where she wants to also keep it. Egger, I know she's getting a little overhyped right now. She's coming in 5-1, 3 straight wins, and she does have that black belt in judo. But man, I don't know. Like you said, I think Tracy just has more energy. Is going to push it to the max, get a decision here, stay out of the subs, and kind of just top control the clinch. I think she works the clinch really well. And I like Tracy here too, man. I think she gets the job done.
Yeah, so we agree there. Spencer, what's going on? Ali's back like always. What's cooking, Ali? Yeah, hopefully we can make some good money. Fight
What's up,
fan.
Ali?
Yeah, thank you, Fight fan. Yeah, we be
Fight fan.
pubbing. We be pubbing for
Fuck
sure.
yeah, we be pubbing. We got the pub open, by the way, so we'll be pubbing for sure later tonight.
Yeah, about time. So move on here. Fight 3. Omar Morales taking on Giga Chikadze.
Okay, let's see. My bookie has these all. Okay, Omar comes in at -160, and Chikaze has +130. Over and under 2.5. Over -220. Under +180. Preston, what do you got here? I'll let you take this one.
Yeah, so this is, I mean, I'd be shocked if there's much grappling in this fight. It should be a pretty much pure kickboxing stand-up fight. Giga, he's kind of, for me, it's his output is pretty low. So his last fight, he beats up a blown-up Erwin Rivera. Shouldn't have even. He takes that fight late notice, moves up 10 pounds, just kind of gets beat up bad, hard knees, hard kicks, but he just kept coming at Giga. Giga clearly wins a decision. Omar Morales, on the other hand, he's been fighting kind of tough. So he comes back, fights Gabriel Benitez, beats him up. He has really, really good leg kicks, a solid straight right, solid hooks. Prior to that, when he came in for the Contender Series, he pretty much won off leg kicks. And we've kind of been seeing that utilized a lot more. The fighter who can get off first on those leg kicks and chop the opponent down, more than likely you limit that movement. You limit a guy like Giga's movement, who is relying on his kicks, like his liver kicks. You limit his movement like that, Giga's he'll be toast, and then he's just gonna be eating straights all night long. I think that's what's gonna happen. I think the first round, if Omar can get behind those leg kicks, really hammer him on Giga, make Giga thinks twice about, standing, I think the fight's pretty much then over. And I think that's what's going to happen. I see Morales just coming out straightforward, leg kick, leg kick, leg kick, couple straight rights. Giga, he doesn't return enough. He'll throw like some stupid knees, and Omar's too good of a kickboxer to eat those. He'll just avoid those, circle out, straight right, leg kick, circle out, straight right, leg kick. And eventually, I could see him maybe getting a finish here. I wouldn't be shocked. I know Giga's tough, but I wouldn't be shocked at an under. And under looks pretty juicy here at +180. But I'm cool with just betting Omar here straight. 160 I'm seeing right now. And yeah, I mean, it's a little juice to lay, but I just think in a kickboxing match for MMA, I think he's the better kickboxer. I'm going to take Omar Morales here.
Yeah, this is a tough fight, man. Like you said, these are both kickboxers crossing in over to MMA who have actually worked, because they're both doing pretty well and they both have bright futures, I think.
Yeah, Giga was supposed to fight Caceres.
Yeah, Giga's been on a streak, man. I think he's won like 5 straight or something. I mean, he's and what I like about Giga is he has gotten better every fight. He makes something substantially better, like he looks better. But I agree with you, man. Yeah, Giga has more probably arsenal overall. But to me, Omar has more heart, power. He's more explosive. I bet his kicks hurt harder. We've seen Giga do some of those question mark kicks, and he has some like an arsenal of kicks, but Omar's simple kick, man, just hurts. You could tell it hurts. And he does have 4 subs under his belt. So, I mean, he can, I guess, I've seen him in his Contender Series where he was using some like underhooks to get off the fence, things like that. So I could totally see this being a straight kickboxing match. Like you said, there's absolutely no reason for any of these guys to probably grapple. I think Morales does have the edge in the cardio. His cardio does look pretty good. Giga, to me, does seem to slow down a bit later in the rounds as far as less volume and things. So we saw him in that 3rd round just totally lose against, was it Emmers or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so he struggled with Brandon Davis and Jamal Emmers in
the 3rd, right? Yeah. So
he won both those fights by split, which could have been losses, but they were close.
Yeah, so they're close. So I mean, yeah, that for that reason alone, I think Omar wins just with will. I mean, he's a freaking warrior, dude. He's willing to go in there and just exchange, and I think he's the tougher guy of the two. So I'm with you there, man. I like Omar Morales.
Nice. Yeah. So that's 3 for 3. And if you guys been watching, when we're agreeing, we're cashing. So
we are cashing.
Hopefully,
we're on a 10-1 streak rolling. So
yeah. So hopefully this continues. So move on here. Fight 4, Ali AlQaisi taking on Tony Kelley.
Tony Kelley comes in minus 220. Ali plus 180. Over and under 2.5. Over minus 220. Under plus 180. Man, this is a tough one because I feel like Tony is better in pretty much every aspect of MMA. Like, you saw his last fight. God, who'd he fight? The Kamaka or whatever.
Yeah, Kamaka. Yep, the Hawaiian.
And that guy's tough as fuck, dude. That guy's tough as nails. And Kelley put up like 300 strikes over 100 significant attempts. Like, his volume and output was just sick, man. The guy's got, long jabs, rangy jabs, nasty elbows. I mean, he likes to walk fighters into his strikes. And, dude, he's just a nasty fighter, man. He's tough. He showed grit, heart, grapples really, not grapples. That's kind of his weakness. But even that's good because he scrambles well. And I like him here a lot, dude. Ali hasn't showed me shit. He's kind of got 4 punches I've noticed, that he uses. And he kind of, he's all about the takedowns here. So I think he's probably going to get a few takedowns. But, man, I think Kelley's output alone and his willingness from the back, even if he's going to sit on the back, his willingness, 1, to get up, and 2, to freaking because Ali hasn't shown me anything as far as top control, being able to really hold someone down and maul him like that. So if he's just going to get some takedowns here and there, I think Kelley's can withstand the storm and just out volume this guy and really fucking put it to him. I even think he could finish him inside the distance. So I like Kelley here a lot.
Yeah, no, I agree. So we have Connor Mack here. What's going on, Connor?
What's up, Connor Mack?
Boston Nick.
We
got Fight Fans saying the weigh-in was interesting. Yes, sir. Razor Sharp, Razor's asking if he can DoorDash some food from the pub to Delaware.
Shit, I wish, man. I could fucking vacuum seal that shit and send it to you, though.
Yeah. So, what fight round? Tony Kelley versus Ali. So, Ali's pretty much just going to try to wrestle here. His striking is pretty rudimentary at best. Tries to grapple, take his opponent down, beat him up. He struggled to hold Irwin Rivera down. Irwin wasn't, and Irwin, he's scrambling, but he's not scrambling a lot. Tony Kelley in his fight versus Kai Kamaka, when he did get taken down, was able to get up most times. The third round was kind of tough, but they were both eating heavy shots,
dude.
And I agree. If Kelley is, if they're in like a phone booth war, Kelley's going to get the finish for sure. I think Ali first round, what I think will probably happen is the first round, Ali might actually use some wrestling, get him down a bit, try to tire him out. By the second round, he'll be so winded that once he sees that's not working, Kelley's going to slowly accumulate the damage, put it on him. I could see a third round finish. Under is not a bad look here. Plus 180. A Kelley inside the distance. We did hit GDR inside the distance last week, and that was plus 300. So maybe Kelley inside the distance.
Kelley inside the distance this time is minus 175. So
that sucks.
They know what's up.
Okay, that sucks. So, but yeah, no, I think I like Kelley by KO. Kelley inside the distance, and Fight Fan says AlQaisi was the one who had the bad weight cut. So
yeah, he took forever this morning apparently to get on the scale. So
yeah, so that doesn't help him at all in this fight. So yeah, I'd like
even if he made weight. Like, I don't like the dude. I don't think he's that talented. I don't think he's faced that well of competition. And I mean, when you're kind of a one-trick pony, like, I just feel like it's easier to prepare, right? I mean, the guy's not like Khabib where you're not comparing to it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And he should.
Kelley should outvolume.
Yeah, Kelley should get it done. We have 2 cents here saying, "What's up, Preston? What's up, Jeff?
What's up, 2 cents?
What's going on, 2 cents?" And Nick, maybe after the show, we got some good news regarding a soon-to-be Weeby Pubbin shirt. So I'm just gonna preview that with you.
And please,
good news with that.
Yeah, and join us all tomorrow on our live stream during the fights. This is going to be a killer card. Lots of action, lots of props, lots of freaking live bets. I mean, we're still doing our flip that cash segment. We're up to $2,400 trying to get to 10K. Who knows what happens tomorrow? We could get there tomorrow. You never know.
Yeah, we would. It was 2 cards ago, right? Yeah, we would have got there, but just being more disciplined. Move on here. Impa Kasagan and I taking on Joaquin Buckley.
Impa Kasagan and I is minus 250. Buckley plus 195. Over and under 2.5. Over and minus 185. Under plus 155. I'll start here because Impa is going to be one of my best bets. He was one of my best bets his last fight. He dominated, absolutely destroyed. 30-27 pretty much. I mean, and I think he does the same thing here. Look, Buckley's a exciting fighter. He throws the heavy blows, lots of power, but you saw what happened in his last fight. And also he's a one-trick pony too, man. Like, what is he going to do if he can't knock Impa out? Because I think Impa could even take some of Buckley's hardest shots. Like, this guy's a beast. Mm-hmm. He's from Congo. He's a fucking intelligent-ass person, and he's on a big winning streak. Every time he's gotten better substantially. He can wrestle. He can punch. He can, do it all. He's got a full MMA package, and I really like that about him. Impa is going to be one of my best bets wrapped up with someone else, but I'm all over him here, man.
Yeah, then we have locker room. Locker room's in the building. He's asking if we talked about his wife, Tracy Cortez. Locker room, I know you were dating Miss Cortez here. We'll see, locker room. We'll see. But yeah, we did. We were both on Cortez by decision.
The way he handled Patolo and just kind of dominated him there, and he slipped in and out really well, and he got good head movement, and he's just a smart fighter. I think his IQ alone can just win this fight. Even, he just knows how to fight. He's shown that to me. I want to see him. I think he can be, he's a very explosive dude. Obviously, you see the type of body he walks around in, but
yeah. So yeah, I mean, so Impa, yeah, I mean, it was good and bad, I guess. So when Impa debuted, he fights Kalen Hill in the Contender Series. He's a plus 400, plus 450 underdog. He wins a decision there. And he actually, like Jeff said, he can do a little bit of everything. Good striking, good wrestling, good cardio. Patolo is more – so his last fight was against Patolo. Patolo is more of like a hit you with some big bombs. But I think only one round was kind of close. And then besides that, yeah, he didn't really get touched much. Buckley, to me, is more of an explosive – kind of like Patolo, honestly.
Yeah,
exactly. He has to kind of just knock you out. Because if he doesn't knock you out, he's going to get out-volumed. He's going to lose a decision, and he'll probably gas out in the third round. And just if it's like that's the deal. Say Buckley wins round 1, I have no qualms with live betting Impa at plus money because he'll win round 2 and he'll win round 3 and he'll win the decision. So I agree. I think it's definitely Impa's fight to lose. He just can't. The only thing is just don't leave your chin up too high because Buckley is a powerful guy, but I don't see that happen. I'm going to take Impa by decision. I think minus 250 is fair. I wish it was a little lower, but I understand why they lined the fight that way.
Yeah, and I agree 100%. Like this guy, if he does, let's say, lose that first round, he's shown me that he's smart enough to make these adjustments. Well, he'll go straight to the wrestling just to win the fight. Like he's all about winning the fight. He wants to get better. He's not going to go out there and fucking not fight his fight. You know what I mean? So that's what I like about this guy. A lot of fighters, it seems like they'll do that. They'll go out there and they won't fight their fight. So for that reason alone, I'm going to ride with him until he proves me otherwise, man. He's been a moneymaker for me.
Yeah. So we agree there. So move on here. We have Rodrigo Nascimento Ferreira taking on Chris Daukaus.
Okay, this is a little tricky one. Nascimento is minus 265, Daukaus plus 205, over and under 1.5, over plus 110, under minus 140. This one's close, man. What do you think? Because we all know Rodrigo's they're both black belts. They're both Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts. So that's weird. We all think Rodrigo is probably the way better one, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So Chris Daukaus, we saw his last fight with Parker, I think.
Yeah, Parker Porter.
And I mean,
a guy who should not be in the UFC.
Yeah, a guy who should not be in MCF 1. And 2, Chris is like, he's kind of deceptive there because I wasn't expecting him to be as good as he actually was with his hand speed. Like, he does have some good hand speed. People say he's got a puncher's chance. I do worry about that now that he's dropped 40 pounds, that weight has to affect some of your power, doesn't it? So that worries me a little bit with that puncher chance there. But, dude, I think Rodrigo will ultimately grind this thing out, man. I think Rodrigo has shown some great kicks, decent striking, but the one thing that scares me is he hasn't been tested. We haven't seen him go past, a certain amount of rounds, really get in there. I'm not sure if Chris Daukaus is the guy to do that, but he seems to be like he could. I mean, he's a dirty kind of boxer kind of dude, shown to have pretty good combinations. He has the, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt as well. And I doubt that he's the better Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt or the grappler, but we're going to find out, man. And it's scary because at 265, I don't know if I would lay with Rodriguez or dog or pass situation, but what do you think? I haven't decided on this. Maybe you can help me out.
Yeah, so Rodrigo's, his last fight, he was a short underdog versus Dante Mays, like plus 110. Mays, kind of more of a kickboxer. And if you watch the fight, the first round was pretty much all on the feet, and Nascimento won the first round on the feet. So his striking isn't as bad as I think people think it's a lot worse than it is, because if you watch, he's just capable enough as Marcin Tybura, who's like, the third fight on the main card, Like, he's not that bad on the feet. And I think the gap in grappling, even though, Daukaus might be a black belt, but where's his real submission wins? He doesn't have one.
No, he doesn't.
And, he's fighting a lot worse competition locally. Now he's in the UFC.
Exactly.
And there's no way he's going to out-grapple a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt Brazilian, especially in the UFC. So I think what happens is Nascimento, they stand for the first round. Maybe it's a little close, but you just said it too. He dropped 30, 40 pounds, whatever it was. So the power, I don't think the Nascimento is going to get knocked out. And I think round 2, he gets him down and he taps Daukaus out. I like Nascimento here quite a bit, just because I think the edge in grappling is way wider than the perceived edge in striking for Daukaus. And it sucks. It's heavyweight MMA, almost like women's MMA, where anything can happen. But I'm going to take Nascimento here by sub round 2.
Yeah, by sub, minus 110 if you get him by sub. And if you want him in round 2, it's freaking plus 450. So that's not a bad look. I agree 100%, man. I think you got to give it to the guy who we think got the better edge, even though we haven't seen Rodrigo pushed necessarily. Just from what I've seen, man, like, I agree with you. I think he just, to me, looks like the better fighter, the better grappler, and he doesn't look bad on the feet either, man. I'm going to agree with you there. I like Rodrigo there. And by submission, hell, shit, why not? I could see the over 1.5 plus 110. I could see this being a little grappling match. Maybe Rodrigo second round sub. Yeah, that looks good to me.
Yeah,
I like that look.
Then we have Neil the Security in here almost every week. What's going on, Neil? Fight Fan says he's taking no distance and under 1.5. And so kind of. Yeah, some people are saying the price is a little high. Which,
I mean, it seems high to me. It does, but are you really going to throw a bunch of money down on Daukaus? I mean, what has he proved? So
he's only had the one fight. So I mean, it's tough. It's just kind of every week with the UFC, you kind of have to find your spots, pick and choose. And the next one, it's another one where we're seeing a lot of action on the underdog, which for me is tough to see just because I haven't found much footage on him. So we have Tom Breese taking on KB Bular.
Okay, what do we got here? So Breeze is minus 255. KB Bular is plus 200. Over and under 2.5. Over minus 125. Under 2.5. What do you got here, man? Because I think I got a play in here. What do you have? I want to
So
let's see if we're on the same side here.
yeah, so big show for a recap for the last fight. We're both on, I believe, Nascimento. I'm thinking round 2 sub. Jeff's leaning over.
And I like the round 2 sub prop too. I think that's fucking
So
good.
that's what we have for that fight against what's his face? I just Dawkins against Dawkins. So so Breese versus Bueller, however you want to say it. I'll just call him KB. Breese, he's got a lot of good skills, good striking, quick, fast. He gets in and out, good power. And yeah, there's the talk. I've spoken with Jeff about this prior. His anxiety. He obviously hasn't visited our boys at Natural Heights at 1880 Nacogdoches Road.
Nope.
That could clear him up there. But yeah, so he has a lot of anxiety. You know, he's not really fight ready all the time. But Jeff made a great point to me. There's no fans, so there really shouldn't be too much worry. You just go in there, treat it almost as a sparring match, do your job. You've been in the UFC for, 4 or 5 years now, so you have the skills. You've seen it. You've seen all kinds of opponents. And KB, I've only seen one fight, so I'll be honest, I saw one fight on YouTube. That's the only footage I found, and I wasn't too impressed. He kind of was more of a little bit grappling heavy, and yeah, the argument there is Breeze lost to a grappler, but he lost to Brennan Allen. Brennan Allen's a great grappler, a very big guy, and he's super legit. So I think Breeze can get this done standing. I think it's going to be kept standing. And yeah, I'm going to take Breeze by decision. Big Show's asking about Impa.
I love Impa, man. That's one of my best bets.
So we do. We both like Impa by Impa in that fight. Big Show. And Neil is saying kind of what I just said. Breeze all day, no crowd, benefits him.
Yeah. And maybe he has dealt with the fucking anxiety, and maybe he does take CBD oil. We don't know. We don't really know. But the thing is, dude, he's fucking all around just a better fighter than this guy. Better boxing. He's been spending a lot of time prioritizing his boxing skills. Black belt jiu-jitsu, real good ground game, like an excellent black belt, really good ground game. He's got okay wrestling. His defensive takedown takedown defense is questionable. He doesn't have great offensive wrestling, but he knows the techniques. He uses them. And man, I just think that he's better just all fucking around, dude. He knows what's at stake here. I mean, he's had to have dealt with his issues, and I'm not worried about it, man. KB Bueller comes in off short notice, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely a replacement.
So, I mean, he comes in off short notice. The guy's making a debut. He doesn't look impressive in the film that I saw. He's more grappler heavy, like you said. You don't have to really worry about, I think, getting knocked out by this guy. So I'm all over Tom Breese here. I think it's a good play, and I think you could easily put him in a parlay. And how do I think he wins? Maybe by sub, by decision. I mean, I think he can get it done, especially if it's a fucking stand-up boxing match. He doesn't want to get taken down a bunch, but Breeze, I mean, he's got the jiu-jitsu, so maybe he can work it, from his back. We'll see how he does, man. I guess that is kind of a little bit scary if he curls up, getting hit a little bit.
But I don't think that.
I don't think so either. So I'm all over Breeze here, man. I love Breeze.
Yeah, and that's what 2 cents in the chat. That's what he's liking too. So so it looks like some agreement there with Tom Breeze. Move on here. We have Youssef Zalal taking on Ilia Topuria.
What do we got here? We've got Zalal minus 165, Topuria plus 135, over and under 2.5, over minus 115, under minus 115. Man, this is a close fight because Youssef hasn't really fought anyone, man. I was looking down his record. I'm like, geez. I mean, the kid looks okay, but he doesn't look that freaking great. When I watched back some of his fights, he's just like,
yeah, I think it was just because he was fighting. He's been fighting like every month, it seems.
Yeah,
the last pandemic, during COVID.
And he was one of my best bets a few months ago, or maybe a month ago. But he didn't look that great. Like, he controlled the fight pretty well. He's going to be the superior wrestler, I think, in this, but. Man, the other guy's tough as fucking nails. I mean, he's a takedown machine as well. Man, I'm screwed on this fight too. Like I need some. I'm almost willing to take the dog here. I think he's more of a dangerous striker, and I think he has an edge in that. And I think he's good enough on the hit with his takedown defense, his grappling, very strong grappler. So I think he has enough to really fucking win this fight, dude. What do you think? Because I'm worried about this is his debut as well, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's undefeated, 8-0. Yeah, man. So I'm nervous because I love Youssef. He's I like him as a prospect. I don't love him like he's not. I'm like a fanboy guy, but I think he's a good fighter and I enjoy watching his fights. But this guy I could totally see winning this fight, man. So tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. So when the line the line opened at -200, kind of what you're saying, everyone pretty much just hopped all over Zalal thinking, oh, we've seen this guy. He's only -200 versus a debutant fighter. He'll for sure, wipe the floor with him. He has good range striking, yada, yada, yada. Then you really dig in, and yeah, I agree. I am going to take the debut fighter, llia Tybura. I just think so. Zalal, he hasn't really struggled, but when he's in some grappling exchanges with a guy who can kind of like stick to him pretty good, Jordan Griffin was able to do it a bit, but Griffin gassed out bad. And there is some worry with this, his opponent here being his debut fight, that his cardio might not be up to snuff. Because if it isn't up to snuff, Youssef's just going to pick him apart. Even though Tybura has good power, he's not going to be able to constantly push those hard, heavy shots for 15 minutes like we've seen Zalal. Zalal's got 3 UFC fights, 3 unanimous decisions, 3 pretty coasting, easy wins where he's just really picking the guy apart. They're not able to do much. He has sneaky kind of power, but he's not going to put this guy down. And what I like about this guy is his wrestling. I know you made mention that Zalal has some decent wrestling as well, but I think this guy is much better in that aspect. I think he can get inside. He's going to wing heavy hooks to the body. And I think he's going to just try to do some hard doubles, take Zalal down, and just put him on his back and beat him up. And I don't know. The only worry, and we've said it before, is debut fighters. I don't love taking debut fighters. This guy looks pretty legit to me in the tape I've watched, and I'm gonna go with them. So I'm gonna take llia Tybura to win. Maybe a decision. We got here. Spicy, nice comment there. Only time he made it to the second round, Tybura looked to keep the same pace. That's great to hear because that's my worry is if he gasses out. Because yeah, he looks pretty good. Neil's saying his opponent's only chance is taking Zalal to the ground. Yeah, Neil, but he can do that, and he does have his striking is surprisingly decent. It's not that bad. 2 cents. You're taking Zalal to outlast Tybura and steal probably round 2, round 3. And it's just how composed he'll be if Zalal gives him adversity. And yeah, that's really good, tried Spicy, because Zalal, you see it all the time. It seems like nothing really bothers him. And with a debut fighter, it might be hard for him to push past like round 1 because he's used to kind of smoking people, get him out of there, finishing them, moving on to the next fight. And Zalal, with the way he moves, it's going to be tough for Tybura to just get inside, drag him down, and beat him up. But his fights, man, he looks pretty legit. And I'm going to go with him. It's what Jeff did say. When you rewatch the fight, Zalal doesn't look as impressive as you remember him being. You think like, oh, he just outclassed this guy, outclassed that guy. No, he really kind of won a debatable decision for Jordan Griffin, and he's given not a can, but Peter Barrett just didn't have a chance against him. So yeah, I'm gonna take Tybura there. Billy, you're saying to follow the line movement. Yeah, so the line open -200. It's now down to -165. So the books are kind of betting you to bet to take Zalal, and I agree. I do think sharps, if you call them sharps, they're probably on Tybura. But yeah, I'm going to take Tybura to win this fight.
Yeah, man, I'm still torn on this because I think they're almost equally. I think Youssef still is the better wrestler here. I mean, there's something for the competition he's faced. I know he's had some UFC battle tested the guy's cardio is on a different level. We know that. He's going to have better cardio than Tybura. But again, we haven't really seen him go into the third round, so how would we fucking know? I don't know. Man, I don't know, dude. I'm going to come back to this one. I'm leaning Tybura. He was my first go. Because I bet Youssef last time, and I don't know. I wanted him to come out more dominant than he did, and he didn't.
He was minus like 650 his last fight.
I do get worried though, because this Tybura guy was dropped the one fight I watched, and he from like a head kick or something, and I don't know. We'll see, but I'll just fucking pick it right now. I'll go with the dog with you here. I think he can get the guy done. He might have enough energy. He's a takedown machine too. So it's going to be interesting. It'll be an interesting fucking battle, that's for sure.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. I mean, you can't just take all the chalk, even though the chalk has been cashing in. So move on to your main card. First fight, Alan Baudot taking on Tom Aspinall.
Aspinall minus 640, Baudot plus 440, over and under 1.5, over plus 155, under minus 190. Not much reason to spend too much time on this. Allen comes in as a replacement. Aspinall, we all know how he looked his last fight. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, excellent skills, trains with Till, Fury, great hand speed, good kicks. I mean, I think he destroys this guy. What do you think? First round?
Yeah,
that's the only question is which round, right?
Yeah, so Allen here, he's coming in late notice, I believe, because he's a natural 205er, moving up to heavyweight.
Moving up, yeah, that's
taking
the
on
thing.
Aspinall. Aspinall's a big boy, big like 260, 265. Kind of has like a Frank Mir-esque like game to me with the way he can punch, and then on the ground, he is surprisingly good if it gets there. So my issue with The Last Samurai, Allen, is the one fight I saw him against Adalcha, the first punch that he took just dropped him and finished him. So it's Aspinall. It's probably Aspinall round one. It's probably under 1.5. You're laying minus 190, but with the way how heavy Aspinall throws and for his opponent to even have a chance, I would think he knows he's going to have to get in there and make it a firefight. I don't think he succeeds in that. So, yeah, Aspinall round one. We were sneakily talking about by sub. The sub prop Jeff mentioned was like plus 900, but that would imply he has to take him down and just grapple him. And I do think if he takes him down, he'll be better, but knockout's probably better. And, yeah, Big Show, that's a great rule there. Rule 16, it's 2020. I'm not betting anyone straight that's over a minus 400 favorite.
Yeah.
And yeah, Big Show. I mean, these heavy favorites have screwed everyone. It's bad.
It's ridiculous.
And it's not like Aspinall is like Fedor in 2004. So, he's still kind of a prospect. So, but yeah, Aspinall by KO, probably round one.
Yeah. So if you get him by KO, TKO, that's minus 200. By sub, plus 900. Or like Big Show said, you're not going to lay the 640, the 440, whatever. So under 1.5, I like that look. Minus 190, you're still under 200. I think it gets done inside the 1.5, easy. Aspinall all day, man.
Yeah. So, and that's kind of what the chat's saying. Neil says Aspinall looked good at the weigh-ins. He's saying Zalal's still growing fight after fight, like Adesanya. And yeah, Neil, I mean, Zalal is good. And this is a good test for him because I think his opponent isn't, he's no chopped liver. And for the fight to be lined that close, it has to make you question, like, is there something, I have to see. Then when you watch the fight tape, I do think the other guy has the goods. Billy's kind of with us there. Aspinall by sub plus 850.
That's a possibility, man. The guy's a fucking high-level black belt. So
yeah, if his opponent here kind of gasses out and Aspinall takes it slow, he could put him down, and he puts him down, gets his back or rear naked, and you're making a minus 650 plus 850. That's a great win.
Plus, you never know how these fucks in their head challenge themselves, dude. They might be like, bitch, I'm going to go out and get a sub tonight. You don't know what the fuck they're,
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not a bad look.
If they know they're going to win, they're just out there fucking practicing, getting better, basically.
Yeah. I don't hate the sub look or, just Aspinall inside the distance. Man, if you have to parlay, you have to parlay.
Yeah. I mean, the under 1.5 minus 190 seemed great.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad bet at all. So move on. We got the Joker, Joker makeup, Marcus Perez taking on Dricus Duplessis. That's how the announcers were calling him. So
And this line's gone up big time. Duplessis now minus 170. Marcus Perez, I guess the Joker outfit doesn't work for the line makers, plus 140. Over and under 2.5. Over minus 110. Under minus 120. Dude, I don't know, man. This fight's another one that's like, dude, I feel like, yeah, Perez definitely has the experience in the fight resume. He's fought in better fighters, but dude, I mean, he gets kind of bullied around in the cage. Let's be honest. When's the last time he's really? I don't know, man. What do you think? Am I wrong? Doesn't he feel like he gets kind of pushed back, bullied around? And this kind of seems like it's right up what Plessis's alley is. Like he's going to kind of bully this fucking dude around a little bit.
yeah, so I mean, Marcus Perez is kind of a middleweight. So he's had 4 or 5 fights in the UFC, loses, wins. His big win though was against Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. He kind of beat him up decently standing, and then got that choke and looked good. Then he comes back, fights Wellington Turman. Turman's more of a sub guy, grappler guy, and Turman's kind of small. And like you said, yeah, Turman kind of controlled him on the ground and won a decision. This is a tough one because compared to the other debutant we just spoke of, that Topuria, I'm not as impressed with Duplessis, but likewise, Marcus Perez isn't as good as Zalal. So minus 170 with Duplessis, to me, is asking quite a bit. I guess I favor him to win because I saw he took some heavy shots in a couple of fights that are online, was walking through, had the decent kicks, decent hooks, pretty good power. And if he needed to, he had a okay enough wrestling grappling game plan to where if it gets a little hairy, if he gets knocked around a little bit, he can rely on that. And with Perez, like you said, he can get taken down pretty easily at will. So if Duplessis puts him against the cage and takes him down and beats him up, we could see that potentially for 15 minutes. Striking, I'll lean Perez there. I just think the line should be closer, but I will take Duplessis by decision. Maybe, let's see what our round is. We have, so it's minus 110 both ways. So yeah, and I like what you just put out, Locker Room. I agree with you there. Round 3 starts at minus 125. Yeah, I think this is a decision either way.
I agree with
I
that.
don't think either guy has really they can finish, but
I think Duplessis is fucking going to impose his strength. Like he's very strong. So, I mean, take that for what you want, but he's a strong ass dude. You saw how thick and solid he was today on the scale.
Yeah, and Fight Fan likes the Joker face paint, but the new guy wasn't having it. Yeah.
New guy's locked in, bro.
Yeah, 2 cents has Perez by decision. And Neil says he has no read on this fight. Yeah, it's a tough fight, Neil, but I think over 2.5 at damn near even money is not bad.
So. I mean, they do, like you said, Perez probably has the striking advantage, right? But he's less dangerous of a striker, if that makes sense. More volume.
Yeah, the other guy was knocking some people down.
The other dude hasn't been past, I think, has never seen a decision. He's just in there destroying fuckers. And man, I don't know, dude, because he's got 9 submissions on his belt. He has, to me, what looks like the better cardio, pushes a very high pace, and he's fucking strong, dude. And I've seen Perez get pushed around easy. But like I said, from the get-go, Perez's experience, we know he has a great chin. He's taken some big-ass shots, too. And he's an opportunity, when he sees the opportunity, he fucking will go for the sub, the attack. Got some pretty nasty submissions. Oh man, I don't know, dude. Fuck. I could see Perez getting a sub late, but
yeah, I mean it's a tough fight.
It's a tough fight, man. But I'm gonna lean with the favorite here. I think he's a favorite for a reason, and I agree with you. I think he's just gonna impose his strength a little bit more, get against the fence, clinch up. He's strong on that clinch. I've seen him, and he has some nasty knees, so that's one way he can control the fight a little bit. And Perez, dude, he does too much crazy shit for me. Like his IQ isn't there yet. He's doing a lot of when he seems like he panics, he starts doing these spinning elbows and all this stupid bullshit. And I just don't think this is the kind of guy you want to do that with.
Yeah, no, I agree. So do Plessis for us on that one. I'll move on here. Big Ben Rothwell taking on Marcin Tybura.
Yep, out with the old, in with the new. I hope this fight they both retire because these guys aren't great, and Ben Rothwell hasn't been good since he's been off the juice. But so Rothwell comes in of -150 and Tybura +120, over and under 2.5, over -160, under +130. Man, I got no interest in betting this fight. I could care two shits.
Yeah, this could be one candidate for the worst fight of the year. I
have no fucking clue who's going to win. Ben Rothwell's the slowest guy in the division. Marcin Tybura might be maybe one of the softest heavyweights. I mean, and he's kind of like, it's all about Tybura probably, in my opinion, has better skills and can grind a thing out, wrestling, grind a decision out. Rothwell probably could still knock out Tybura. I mean, how are you going to back up either fighter confidently?
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard.
So if I had to bet, and the chat is actually agreeing with what I would like, it would be Tybura.
Yeah, me too, because he's going to grind the fucker.
Yeah, but this is definitely a candidate for worst fight of the year, I think. Excitement wise, Locker Room has MVP at -230. He is -500. Bellator tomorrow morning.
Ooh, yeah, 11 a.m. I saw that.
Oh,
I haven't even checked Bellator.
Yeah, I don't even know who's MVP fighting. Is it a good fighter, Locker Room, or a bum? I don't even know. I didn't even know he was fighting. Dried Spicy bet $2 on draw to win 100.
Draw, that might happen. They could stare at each other.
Yeah,
for
I think this is
3 rounds.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a really shitty fight. So Ben Rothwell, he comes back. Fights who's he fight? So Struve,
OSP,
and then the OSP. So OSP, and that's the deal. OSP should have won the fight. Rothwell kind of just put him against the cage, bullied him a bit. But once OSP threw punches, he was hurting Rothwell, and he just kind of refused to throw. Tybura, to me, has 2, not bad wins. So he decisioned Sergey Spivak, who's not horrible. And then he takes down Maxim Grishin, who's more of a long-rangey kickboxer. Now, Rothwell has decent enough ground game, and he's big. So then that's what's going to make it hard for Tybura to really implement his game plan of grappling, kind of just getting inside, dragging him down, and just holding him for 15 minutes. Because Rothwell's a big guy, too. Rothwell can probably stand up, but on the feet, I don't think it's one-sided either way. And I'm just going to take the more grappling heavy fighter in Tybura. I'm really sick of these two guys fighting. It's just kind of more like older heavyweights that just don't move the needle for me. But I'm going to take Tybura to win a decision. I mean, you're getting dog money. I don't know how you could lay a favorite price with Rothwell nowadays, but
and Tybura's got some momentum. He's coming off 2-3 win streak or something. So I don't know, man. I'm with you. I'm not betting this fight, but I'm going with my Polish pride, my power, my Polish blood. Tybura all the way, man. Ben Rothwell hasn't looked good since he's gotten off the juice, since his suspension. And I mean, I don't know, dude. There's no way I could even think about putting money on him, even though I will say he could knock out Tybura, no problem. If he can really get some clean shots, he's going to knock him out. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm on Tybura. We'll take a shot with the dog.
Yeah, and then Neil says people are picking Ben off name value. He did not look confident at face-off. And 2 cents. Loser leaves town. I would like both to leave town. 2 cents.
Me too.
I would like both to leave town.
I mean, why are they even there? They don't need them.
Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest, what I think is going to happen is Aspinall is going to fight the winner of that fight, and Aspinall will knock the winner out.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So I think it's just to kind of make it look good for
Pat-
Aspinall.
Padding up some records,
Yeah.
keep him around.
So, but yeah, I would take Tybura. I would not confidently tell you to wager on it though. Move on, co-main event. Pretty interesting fight here. We have Makwan and Amirkhani taking on the guy, to me, who gets screwed more than anyone else, it seems, recently, Edson Barboza.
Yep, and Barboza comes in rightfully so as the big favorite, minus 270. Makwan plus 210, over and under 2.5, over plus 115, under minus 145. Preston, I'll let you start here.
Yeah, so Barboza's had a rough go of it. 1-5 his last 6. Loses to Khabib, Kevin Lee, knocks out Dan Hooker, loses to Gaethje, Felder, and Ige. If you know, if you watched us, we were heavily invested in Edson Barboza to defeat Dan Ige,
Which he did.
which I still think might be one of the worst decisions
I agree.
I've ever seen,
Fuck that.
but he hasn't hit the decision. So comes back here. He's fighting Makwan Amirkhani. Makwan, his last fight was probably his most impressive win. So he takes down Danny Henry, gets a sub, looks good. But that's the issue with Makwan. He's kind of a quick, like, round one type fighter. If he can't take you down in round one, put you down and work that jiu-jitsu, because he has great jiu-jitsu from SPG Ireland, Kavanaugh, Connor's team. So, he's just like them. Cocky as all hell, Mr. Finland, but I'm just not a fan of him. But if he doesn't get that takedown, Edson's going to chop him up easy. Edson has... And that's the deal. People think so Edson drops to 145. He looked good at weigh-in. Like, he doesn't look that bad. People thought he'd be like a skeleton. He's not. He's in decent enough shape. He's older. I get that, but his chin holds up. And his ground game, he still has good enough ground game not to just get rolled over via sub. Like, Neil's saying Barboza's a slow starter. I have Makwan taking Kevin Lee's game plan and pressuring Barboza to death. What's going to happen, Neil, though, is after round one, Makwan won't have the energy to pressure Barboza to death because Barboza's going to be kicking the shit out of Makwan's legs and just picking him apart bad. Like what he did to Dan Ige would knock out a lot of fighters. Dan Ige took million leg kicks, which somehow the judges haven't counted in years. And he just kept getting beat. Like, Ige was just eating those kicks. Body shots. The body shots are so brutal. We saw Makwan pretty much win out by body shots to Shane Burgos. Like, Barboza is so fucking good.
Just look at his fucking resume.
I don't,
look at his last 7 losses. Like, look who he's lost to.
Yeah.
Khabib, Kevin Lee, Paul Felder, Justin Gaethje. Khabib, Kevin Lee, stylistically bad matches up, but they're not fucking. Makwan is not on that level as a wrestler.
No, Makwan is.
He's not on that wrestling
Makwan
level.
would lose to Ige too, I think.
Makwan's intros, like, he's sloppy when he throws for dives and shit for the legs. Like, he's sloppy.
Yeah, and then he gasses.
He's not a great wrestler.
Like,
dude.
he could eat a knee coming in bad. And so 7 ninjas, same thing. That's pretty much what we're saying. Barboza only loses to killers. I like Barboza a lot here, but not going to make a play. And it's just, to me, Makwan needs to finish him in round 1. Because if this fight goes to round 2, Makwan's legs are going to be toast. He's going to get eaten alive, shredded up, taken out. Barboza's chin isn't even that bad. Because Makwan has improved a bit striking, but he can eat those overhand rights. He ate them from Dan Ige. Ige throws harder than that. Yeah, Billy, it's a huge downgrade in competition.
Huge downgrade. And Makwan won't want to fucking stand with Barboza. Barboza will make him look like a chump.
Yeah, and so Spicy, you just put out what I'm saying. The body work is so damn good. He literally rips the body with punches and kicks. And when he does that, especially to Makwan, he's going to start to gas. And when Makwan starts to gas, he gets sloppier and sloppier coming inside. And he's going to eat a knee, eat head kicks. He's going to get finished. Barboza's going to finish Makwan. That's my pick. Barboza, either inside the distance by KO. I'll parlay him. I think Barboza smokes this guy. But hey, if Makwan, if Makwan beats him, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, dude. Because if Makwan gets his hands on him, I mean, right off the bat,
yeah, round one sub.
I guess I'm worried a little bit at that point. But the way Makwan comes in, he's fucking kind of slow. He's not that athletic. He's not a great wrestler. It's not like he's just out there slamming people, shooting in for takedowns, and successfully getting them down on the first attempt. He sometimes has to try a few times. And Barboza's fucking seasons is all. I mean, look who he's faced. He's fought way better wrestlers. Barboza's going to eat this dude alive on the feet. That's not a question. I agree with you, man. Barboza by TKO, KO, plus 130. Not bad. I like that. I think he finishes him too. I don't see this. Even if it goes to a decision, let's say Makwan wins. I mean, I don't see how Makwan is going to survive Barboza.
He has one round.
I don't see how he will survive that arsenal.
I mean, it's literally it.
I mean, look at Hooker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Hooker just got demolished by this fuck. Y'all guys don't think Hooker could beat the shit out of Makwan? I mean, I don't know. I know MMA math doesn't work and shit, but yeah, I'm all over Edson Barboza. I think he's always fairly disrespected all the time. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's just disgusting to me because if Makwan wins, I need to see a double shot tomorrow, y'all. Yeah, Neil. If Makwan wins, that's gonna. I mean, with the way I'm talking about it, I'm to the point where
I'll do a triple shot.
This could be, I can't get fucked again on a Edson Barboza fight. So we'll see, but I can't see Makwan winning this fight personally. Yeah, Spicy says it. Dan Hooker was pissing blood because of Barboza. Yeah, that was pretty much like a murder in the octagon. That was brutal. Fight fan, the Heat are beating the Lakers at half. Heat are up 4. Okay. I mean, the Lakers are wearing those Mamba jerseys. I'm sure they're going to win. Like
that, probably not with my luck. I need them to close out a teaser.
By what?
They have to win by 2 points for $1,000.
Yeah, I mean I'd be
basketball doesn't come down to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think the Lakers will win this game by like 20, maybe not that much if they're down by 4.5. But I think they'll get done. Yeah, Spice. Yeah, Makwan won't win. I need to see some finger guns and bang bang from Preston. Yeah, I mean, with the way I'm talking, it might be one of those nights if I'm feeling a pretty heavy wager on Edson, to be honest, Spicy. So, yeah, if that happens, I put it in. You'll definitely see it tomorrow night.
And yeah, people say Edson looks small. He's fucking carrying the like you said, he's carrying the damage good. Like he still has a strong chin.
Ige hit him with some of those big, hard, goofy overhand rights. He ate them. The only thing I didn't like in that fight was late in the round, Edson let Ige take him down.
He let him, though. Like, he almost didn't even try because he thought he had it in the bag.
Yeah, he thought. And after the fight, we spoke about it. I had some people tell me, and watching it live, I thought it was 30-27 Barboza. I'll say it was probably 29-28, but Barboza definitely won that fight. And, yeah, they gave it to Ige. And then we saw what happened to Ige. He got killed by Cater. So, and Makwan is not. He's just not there. Again, the only caveat I'll say is a round 1 sub. That's if Makwan takes him down, gets a round 1 sub, I won't be shocked because that's how he has to win, in my opinion. If he can't get it done in round 1, Barboza kills him. And I even think Barboza could start a little better now in round 1 because he knows he gets fucked by the judges. Because he lost, arguably could have beat Felder. He loses the split there. So
I think he comes out as motivated as fucking possible. Look at how, I mean, I even thought he could have won the Felder decision.
Yeah. We had a bet. I was in Vegas for that card. We had Felder, and we were pretty. It was dicey, but he got it done. But
I mean, it gets. You know what I mean? Like it could go either way. Like he's been fucked quite a bit.
Yeah, so. But here it's just the advantage on the feet is so vast where Makwan just doesn't have it for him. So yeah, I mean, and the line, I mean, it's not like the line is telling you things too. It's not like they're making this a 50-50 fight. Barboza's minus 260, 270. You know, he's that for a reason. So yeah, Barboza all day for me. Move on. Great fight here. Big main event, big time main event. Cory Sandhagen, Marlon Moraes.
Sandhagen comes in minus 135. Marlon Moraes plus 105. Over and under 3.5. Over minus one or over minus 105. Under minus 125. Man, you nailed it. Great fight. I love this fight. I almost, be honest with you, feel like Moraes is getting a little disrespected here. Feel like he should be the favorite. Cory Sandhagen doesn't have the resume Marlon Moraes does, nor, according to his last performance was piss poor. Like,
yeah, it was horrible.
It really turned me off of Sandhagen, and no discredit to Aljo. I mean, but I don't even think Aljo's fucking as good as that. Like, I don't think that could happen 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was the
good.
perfect. Yeah, I mean, it was the perfect fight for Sterling for sure.
But I've also seen Cory where you remember where he almost had his armbar like taken off.
Yeah,
and he just twisted out of it like he double jointed or some shit. Like,
yeah.
So not that it's going to go there. I think this is a total kickboxing fight kind of. Cory's going to use his length, and that's a huge advantage. His volume is a huge advantage. And maybe his cardio, we don't really know. He does train up in the mountains, at what is it, Factory X, right? Or no, it's not, is it?
Elevation.
That's right. Yeah.
Over him.
Yeah. So he's training up in the mountains. I mean, so I don't think cardio is going to be an issue. Moraes, on the other hand, we know cardio, he slows down substantially, but he has some fights where he's gone 5 rounds and he's dug deep. He's gotten some wins, so he does have experience. The resumes alone, Marlon Moraes has just fucking fought in the best in the world, and look at who he's lost to. Like, I mean, I think Henry Cejudo, or I think Henry could beat Cory any day, in my opinion. So, I don't want to play MMA math here and do all this shit, but man, this is more, to me, in my mind, I'm thinking volume versus power. I think Marlon has the power. We've seen his leg kicks. He could destroy Sandhagen's legs, and that could play a factor. Cory has the reach. That could play a factor. I'm torn, man. I don't see necessarily a true edge on the standing other than the reach, because I guess the volume, but, man, what do you think? Because I'm leaning Moraes here. I know you're a Cory Sandhagen fanboy.
Yeah.
I know you're pretty biased on that, but honestly, like, from a betting perspective, what do you think? Because my money is telling me Moraes is being disrespected.
Yeah. So, dried spicy kind of just with what you just said. So Sandhagen loses and he's the favorite. Moraes comes off a win and he's the underdog. How does that work? LOL. And that's kind of what you're saying too with that. Tampa scored. Tampa's beating the Yankees in the 8th inning.
Wow.
So, tough for Yankee fans. Let's see what else. Cory's unproven. Neil says, I have Moraes using footwork and spamming leg kicks while conserving energy and breaking Sandhagen down.
But that's what. I could see almost the other way, because Cory does have volume, and it's not like Cory's a pussy. He throws hard punches too,
Yeah, and
the volume alone could maybe break Marlon, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, so Sandhagen came to the UFC kind of like a ball of fire. Just great. Yeah, it's just the volume, the kicks, the knees, the length. He used the size so well, where he put people on the edge of his punches. He's throwing kicks. The fighters couldn't come in. And really how fighters, and it's what Sterling did it, when he had struggled with a sunsow, it was the fighter would put him on his back, and then you put a guy on his back, he has no reach advantage. He's on the ground. You have it on him. And like you said, Moraes, he's another kickboxer. Moraes still does have good jiu-jitsu, but yeah, he's more of a stand-up fighter for sure. But Moraes we've seen it. He does use takedowns. He's not going to do that. And Moraes, the run he had been on to get that fight versus Cejudo, and I had a wager on Moraes to beat Cejudo, was very impressive. The way he uses his knees, his heavy leg kicks, he has a good sub game. Good. The kicks are brutal. His legs are huge for I think it's 135. Yeah, 135. Huge legs. just, he comes in, strikes heavy. And Sandhagen, I'm worried that if Sandhagen has to be on his bike, he has to move, he has to jab, make Moraes kind of gas out a bit, and then round 3, 4, 5, start putting it on him. Because round 1 and 2, I think this is Moraes' fight all day. Moraes has good output. He throws a lot. He throws with bad intentions, heavy power, knows what he's doing in there. And Sandhagen, I'm a little wary. I'm a little worried for him because this is a tough fight for him to take. I thought he'd get more of a softball, but maybe this is winner gets the winner of Jan versus what's this face, Aljo. Maybe that's what they're planning on with this one, because these are two guys to me who constantly get disrespected too, and are really, really solid fighters. And Neil is just coming out here. He's saying he sees a one-sided Nate Diaz versus Masvidal fight happening for Moraes. So Neil's heavy on Moraes. And Moraes is super good. If he was fighting damn near anyone else, I'd probably wager Moraes, especially getting that dog money. I don't agree with the line. I think the line should be a pick, but I think Sandhagen takes over, kind of what 7 Ninjas is saying here, that Sandhagen will take over the fight, round 3, round 4, round 5, outvalue him. Moraes will be suck and win. Like, that's what killed me with Moraes versus Cejudo. Round 1, he's killing Cejudo. Perfect game plan. Then he starts getting a little bit of adversity, and he folds quick. Just the way he folded really irritated me. And I think Sandhagen can do it. So Sandhagen over 3.5. I see fight fans on that. I like over 3.5 minus 105. We spoke about this earlier. Sandhagen by decisions plus 300. That's not a bad bet. But I'm gonna take Sandhagen to get it done either late or by decision. And that's where I'm going.
Yeah, dude, this is a hard one for me because, man, if Moraes does get it done, I could see him knocking Cory Sandhagen totally out, to be honest with you, with the leg kick to the head or chopping out those legs, hurting him real bad, and then boom, all of a sudden a leg kick to the head or something like that. But, man, I also can see Cory Sandhagen, how he does have some advantages here with the reach, the volume. He is a solid striker, but I think he has a advantage in the wrestling, dude. I really do. I got underrated wrestling, long, and when you're long, and I've seen him do it. He has that good Muay Thai clinch, the plum. He holds him in the back of the head, gets him against the fence, and we'll start using those knees just to start kneeing the fuck out of.
Yeah, that and elbows.
So
a lot. Yeah.
So if you take all that, and we know he's a strong wrestler, we've seen it on film. You could see it. If you take all that and then you look what happened to Moraes against Henry, right?
Yeah, Cejudo, yep.
The same thing happened. Cejudo was fucking clinching him.
Yeah, and he couldn't get out at all.
And he couldn't fucking get
horrible.
out. And that was probably, we said it on air.
Watch, yeah.
We were on air. That was probably the most alarming thing I've ever seen from Moraes. Like, why can't you get out of that?
Yeah, I was throwing shit. I was furious.
So I could see Sandhagen doing that, man, because like you said, if you're getting chopped at the legs, if you're getting fucking hurt, don't you want to go use your wrestling skills, clinch up? So, man, I'm going to go Sandhagen. I do agree with that. I think he can win this fight. I'm not confident on it enough to where I'm going to bet on this fight. I'd rather watch as a fan because I do like Moraes, one of my favorite fighters, and I do think there's paths to win here for him. So, dude, I'm not going to bet on this fight at all, but Cory Sandhagen, I think. I'm leaning that way right now.
Yeah.
Before we even started the conversation, I seriously thought I was going Moraes, but
yeah, so
that shows you where I'm at here.
Yeah, Fight Fan said it's gonna be a war of attrition. Biggest gas tank wins. 7 Ninjas, Team Elevation are finishers.
And that's the thing, dude. If it's truly a gas tank thing, then we know who's gonna win, don't we?
Yeah, it should be Sandhagen. Yeah,
that's what I would think. But you can't say that because you can't factor in advance how damaged the guy's legs might be or any of that shit.
Yeah,
we saw what happened to Sean O'Malley. So I don't know, man. I'm not going to bet on it. It's too close. I'll probably be rooting for Moraes, but I could see Sandhagen using his wrestling He wrestles with all those big boys down at that camp, up in the elevation. He's got a good clinch game, so I'm going with that edge because on the feet, I don't see other than volume. I feel like Moraes' power kind of cancels out the volume. So other than that, I don't see a huge edge other than Sandhagen's wrestling maybe. Although Moraes is a black belt too, so.
Yeah, he came in, with World Series of Fighting with good jiu-jitsu for sure. So, Neil, we're going to get there real soon, Neil. But before we get there, we're going to hit our sponsors real quick. If you guys suffer from stress, anxiety, joint pain, PTSD, or insomnia, visit our buddies, Natural Heights, 1880 Nacogdoches Road, 210-592-1060. As always, if you're sick of your bookie, use my bookie. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code PubSports, 50% deposit bonus match, credit or debit, minimum $100, 100% deposit bonus match, Bitcoin via Cash App, minimum of $100. Mybookie.ag, promo code PubSports. And who's our biggest pick of the night money wise? So we're going to give you, Neil, our best bets, and I just plugged it in on our pubsportsradio.com handy parlay calculator. If you guys visit the website, you can do that too. It is a parlay of Edson Barboza and Nascimento. That is going to be minus 112. So Barboza to beat Makwan, Nascimento to defeat Dricus, minus 112. That's going to be my best bet for tomorrow.
I like it. I like both those. And I probably will play that too. I like that parlay. Man, my best bet is Oompa, but I'm going to take him straight. I'll be honest with y'all guys, but I know it's 250 is a lot to lay, and I'm willing to wrap him up in a parlay.
With Tony Kelley, Breese.
Yeah, it's either going to be Breese or Kelley, but I mean, I would do both, dude. I was even thinking about both, but just for best bet sakes, I'm going to do Breese here, man. I think Breese is being underrated, and I like him a lot. So go ahead and plug that in. You got Impa, Tom Breese, parlay, and that's plus 94. So 100, you get back $94.
Yeah, and
minus 105 basically.
The Tampa Bay Rays have defeated the New York Yankees. So
holy shit!
2-1. So Tampa versus Houston, and then we have Dodgers versus Braves, and the Lakers are coming back. So no need to worry.
Earlier today, I plugged in just kind of like a what I thought would be a good parlay. So I put in Aspinall, Breeze, Impa, and Kelley. Right? If you hit all those, that's plus 227. I mean, those are all big favorites. They're all pretty good skilled favorites. They all have path to victories. I think that 4-fight parlay is a good parlay. And
how we get, I mean, it's not lucky, but how we've with that Covington, that inside the distance. If you guys are able to parlay that, like 7 Ninjas here, he just put out Aspinall's a lock. Yeah, for sure, Ninja. But if you can parlay Aspinall inside the distance, so you're going to get like minus 200 instead of parlaying a minus 600.
Yeah.
So when you parlay the minus 200, that's when you're going to see that nice return, and you're going to get a good amount. Billy's saying for a 13-fight card, he doesn't have a lot of action, shockingly. Billy, I'm sure by tomorrow you'll have 50 fights. 50 bets.
Yeah. I mean, I have tons of action if I wanted to, have beyond, but we're doing the flip our cash segment. We're trying to be smart, win money, bid our best bets. We can all pick 13 fights and pick a winner or loser. I mean, but who's going to bet all their money every fight? It's just almost.
Yeah, Ninjas, that's been, you can ask Jeff about college football. It's the bane of his existence right now. So I don't know if he'll parlay any fights with football tomorrow.
No, I don't have no college tomorrow. I'm laying off this weekend. I've done very well with what I've done, the Monday night football, the Sunday night football, and the Thursday night football. The teasers have been great. Tell the tease. That's what it's been working with. And let's wrap it up with our new sponsors, www.bulksupplements.com. Go visit them, their website. They sell vitamins, amino acids, protein shakes, you name it. If you need to bulk up, go visit those guys. Put in promo code PubSports. You'll get 5-10% off any order.
Yeah, Neil. Yeah, we're going to so tomorrow for live, it will be at 4 or 4:30. We'll have Nick, probably Billy, locker room. Gotta talk to some other guys about going live tomorrow, but they'll be live for the prelims. We'll be on here. I think it's 7 for main card. Clint should be stopping by too. So
yeah, we'll have Clint. Yeah, you want to tell him about the fundraiser tomorrow? I mean, let's get him hyped up because I think it's pretty important.
yeah, so tomorrow, if you guys care to donate, it's all up to you. But tomorrow we're going to be taking donations. Any donations you guys give is going to go to help out Mo and his family. He's going through quite a bit. So any and all donations we receive tomorrow, we will send directly to Mo just to help him out. He's going through a lot. So
and we're going to try and match that. And we got some other stuff up our sleeve. You got to join the stream tomorrow. That's the important thing.
So we might have some more stuff there. But yeah, if you guys do care to donate, we're going to try to help out Mo and just do that. So tomorrow, 4 p.m., prelims with the guys, and we'll be here 7. So
what's your recap? Rodrigo and
Nessie, Manton, Barboza, minus like 110-ish.
Yeah, man, I love that too. That's a good one. Yeah, and then I got Breese and who did I say? Impa.
Yep,
I love Impa, man.
Yeah.
Impa, I'm going to roll big money on that boy.
So that's going to be it. So guys, like I said, tune to us tomorrow night. We'll be here. And if you guys have been tailing, I mean, it's been winning.
Yep.
Big reactions, big stuff happening. Yeah, Talkin Hands. We will see you guys tomorrow. So have a good one all.